Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Remnant Table podcast. I'm Gabby,
I'm Annette.
and welcome back, you guys. It's been a hot minute since we've recorded, right? But here we are. We're back.
Episode 10.
I thought it was 11.
No, the last one was 9.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're in
We're
10
we're
now.
on 10 now.
This many.
One, two, three. Okay. Did you count 11?
I think I did 11.
Damn, okay. Um, well, we're so glad to be back, you guys. Like I said, it's been a minute.
Super.
The holidays, right?
Duper.
The holidays have
Come.
They've arrived. Winter is here, right?
It's Thanksgiving week.
Yes. So we do apologize for our absence, but we're excited to be here.
We're always having to apologize to you guys.
We're sorry.
But let me tell you, the grocery business is crazy.
It's super crazy.
Super crazy.
Yes. It's popping right now.
I wish I'd be doing this full time, guys, but it's part time for now.
Alrighty, so where are we going? Enlighten me. What are we doing right now?
What
Where
are
we
we
going?
doing? That's a question. That is the question. So, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you guys again for waiting for us. I've been seeing a lot of people looking at the page, and we have nothing for you guys. Always letting y'all down. Today, I kind of wanted to do a little retouch just on what we learned on the last one. We're talking about the fiery furnace, and I think we definitely learned that God is with us in the fire, right? He's always there with us. He's always taking care of us, and just there's purpose in our pain and those hardships, those trials and tribulations that we're going through. And so with that today, God led me to a different story, but I want to talk about a specific tribe actually in this book of Judges. I just want to bring up again, Gabby has said, the holidays are here. And, I've been talking to a lot of different people, and I think so many people are in fact just going through a really hard time right now, right? Whether it's financially or mentally, just, you name it. Everybody's going through something different, carrying something around. And I think, some of the hardest things to hear is, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And that saddens me a lot. One, because I know what that feels like, right? Been there before. And two, it's kind of like, what do you say to someone that is just on wit's end,
Right.
It's just really, really going through it. And I think for me, just God speaking to me is Him just continuously telling me, like, just keep sharing my love for people. Today, more than anything, I want to try to give you a little bit of a technique to get through, right? Because I think holidays are one of those times where we kind of sit around the table and just think of what we lost this year. The people that aren't sitting around at the table with us. Look at the whole year as a whole and what went on and what happened, our victories, our moments of defeat. And it's every time that we're in a very uncomfortable spot. There's something about comfort that makes us feel like, okay, everything's okay. But the moment that we start feeling this pressure, it's when, we start freaking out a lot. And that's where we're like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this. Being in this situation, it makes us want to quit and give up because it's so uncomfortable for us, right? And there's just so much of it that it gets overwhelming and intense, and we're creatures of habit, and we like comfort. That's what makes us feel in our senses that everything's okay. But it's in those moments is how can we think or reach out to God and really put on the most faith that we have and say whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But I believe so, I trust so much in God's plan for me that in the end, I know that His will be, and everything's going to be okay. It might not be okay right now, and it might hurt in the process, but at the end, what the enemy meant for evil, God will use it for good. We're going to go to the book of Judges, and we're going to go to chapter 20. The reason why today, God had me choose this story, and we won't read too much of chapter 20.
Then the people of Benjamin came together out of the cities to Gibeah to go out to battle against the people of Israel. And the people of Benjamin mustered out of their cities on that day 26,000 men who drew the sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, who mustered 700 chosen men. Among all of these were 700 chosen men who were left-handed. Everyone can sling a stone at a hair and not miss. Crazy. And the men of Israel, apart from Benjamin, mustered 400,000 men who drew the sword. All these men were of war. And Benjamin went up against them out of Gibeah on the second day and destroyed 18,000 men of the people of Israel. All of these men who drew up the sword.
The tribe of Benjamin was actually one of the smallest tribes that there was. What was so significant about the tribe of Benjamin was that these guys were like so like good at what they would do. These are the elite troops, the best of the best. Amongst those 26,000 swordsmen, there was 700 selected troops who were left-handed.
So Navy SEAL.
So the Navy SEALs, right? These are the top tier guys, and all these tribes they were scared every time they had to come up against them. So, as it is the word Benjamin itself, it means son of my right hand. And here it's telling you, that these men were left-handed. The reason why they were left-handed was because they had been injured in warfare. These men had a decision to make. They could sling a stone at a hair and not miss.
Crazy.
And this was like 30 to 40 yards where these guys would just be able to sling that stone at a hair. Like, that is like, imagine I can't even see from here to the wall, and that's with glasses. So I could just imagine, yeah. And I could just, don't trust me driving at night. And so I could just imagine, these guys, how much practice it took and how much determination. We could either choose to be defeated because of what we lost, or we could choose to be better than we used to be now with what we have left. So it's two solid decisions that you can make. One, you could give up. You could give up and say, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not going to do this. I've honestly been contemplating of just taking my life, and I'm going to, go forward with it. And, in a sense, maybe you could see it as, well, I'm ending my own pain. But you leave so much pain for so many people behind. And what I've really come to learn is that the devil will make you feel hopeless, worthless, useless, because for the devil, there is no more hope. When God casted him out of heaven, that was it for him. There was no more second chances for the devil. But you do. You get a fresh start with God. You get to get hope every time you cry out to God. You get to get joy in the middle of your storm when you cry out to God and seek God. There's so much hope for you. So the devil wants to make you feel exactly how he feels because he knows it's over for him.
I think it's also, he's just jealous.
Yeah.
He's jealous that we are created in the image of God, and we have a choice to make.
Yeah.
And he made his choice a long time ago, and it was the wrong choice. But he's a jealous devil.
Yeah. So he's fighting you to make you feel like that because he knows there's so much hope left for you. And I understand that there's some moments that feel like I can't do this anymore.
It's hopeless.
Right? Just all hope is lost, but you can. You really, really can. But it starts with a decision of, am I going to just feel sorry for myself and end things here and say there's no more hope? Or am I going to go to the source that gives me hope and fills me with light and hope and be better than what I used to? So, so we've lost some things. And it hurts. It hurts. It really, really does. But it comes down to you, what you want your life to look like. So these 700 men, I mean, I could just imagine the determination and the resilience and just the positivity that they had to have every single day waking up. Remember back in the day, when I lived depressed all the time, I'd say, man, I was just born to suffer. I'm never going to be happy, you know? And I feel like life painted that picture for us that you have to feel happy all the time. But really, happiness is just like a perspective, because you could be in the shittiest situation and say, no, despite what's going on in my life today, I'm still making that decision to be happy, because the joy of the Lord is my strength. And this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be made glad in it, despite my situation. Whatever this is, God's trying to teach me something from it. And all I can do is open and change my mindset and ask God, please help me see what you are trying to do in my life, and not give up. Because I could tell you, the people that you would hurt, like that pain of you even ending your life, would leave pain for years. Years of people trying to understand
Right.
why they weren't enough for you to stay, why their conversations with you weren't, like I didn't do enough to help them, to help her. And I'm not making it about other people, but you need to realize that there's hope for you. And then maybe one day, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, that life could look completely different for you. But you can't give up today, because then you're never going to know. Like, imagine giving up right before God is ready to give you the next step in your life, the next stage in your life. And somehow the devil convinced you that your life wasn't worth fighting for. So if it wasn't worth fighting for, then why is the devil trying to take it so bad? Right? But there's something there. There's something. And I know that the holidays are hard. They're super, super hard. What do you do when you are no longer known, or you no longer have what you used to be known for? Right? Maybe it was a position and a job that you lost. Maybe it was, your house that you had been financing for years, and now you and your family having try to figure something else out. Right? Maybe you lost a car that you really liked. Maybe you lost friends, and God has you by yourself now. Maybe you lost your family. Maybe you lost your finances, your credit. There's so many situations, but God has a plan for every single thing that is going on in your life right now. So if you would just make that decision to say, I'm going to stay and keep fighting for myself, for my kids, for my husband, for my wife, for my family, because it's a privilege to be able to wake up and fight again. And I know that maybe in a sense you say, okay, well, I'm sick. And maybe it's an invisible sickness that people can't see it to the visible eye. But in your mind and in your heart, it's a constant warfare every single day. And I get that. But, one thing I like to share with people a lot is, look, what really helps me through those really, really hard times where I just want to be sad all the time is always picture the devil just laughing in my face saying, I'm having my way. I'm doing exactly what I wanted to you. And I just picture him and I envision him just laughing in my face nonstop. And I say, oh, hell no. I'm not going to give you that benefit of you thinking that you've won, because you're getting to see me the way you want to. The more that you fill yourself with Christ and his word and just being in relationship with him, the more you fill your head with that, the less space you'll have for all that negativity that is floating around in your head. That moment when when they hung him on the cross, it wasn't until the very last moment where Jesus kind of loses hope and he says, my God, why have you forsaken me? And I think that about that a lot, because in those moments where we're going through so much is when the devil tries to convince us that God has forgotten about us. But God had never turned his face on Jesus. He had never forgotten. He knew, and Jesus going into it knew that he had to go through all this suffering. Maybe he'd never even pictured how bad, right, the suffering would be, right? And sometimes that's how it is for us. We said, no, God, like, why is it this bad though? Like, my heart is shredding into pieces. But as Jesus says that, and then he takes his last breath, as soon as that was accomplished, what happens. Like God's teardrop falls and the earth shakes and it breaks the temple and everything is completed.
Yeah.
The purpose had completed as a full cycle. Everything that we're going through, there's a purpose behind it. There is a purpose behind it because it's going to make you stronger on the other end of what's going to come out of this whole situation. And you might not be able to see it now, and you might not be able to see it, in a week from now, but you need to keep your hope. But it's just like these men, like you have to figure out and make the decision. Do I just give up? Or do I make the best of it with what I have left? Okay, so no one's sitting in my table this year, but I have God. I have God, and maybe I have one friend. Maybe you don't even have God friend, but you know what? Jesus wants to be your best friend. And God will bring everything back into its place the way that He intends it to be. But there's something from this that we're going to get out. We're going to get something from this, and we're going to be stronger on the other end. But it's going to take a lot of practice. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I remember in those moments where I used to say, God, like, man, like, why does it have to be so difficult? Like, I don't want to be here. And it reminded me, of scripture, which says, like, the easiest thing that I can do is take you away. That would be the easiest thing. Go to sleep tonight, you close your eyes, and I take you with me. But imagine if you stayed here to fulfill my purpose, and from all of your suffering, you're able to go forth later on and be able to help out so many people and bring them to my feet. And that is powerful, because we were always meant to be walking, talking testimonies,
Right.
to share the goodness of God. And like these men, they were selected. It says selected troops who were left-handed. They were selected because they had been through a lot. So could it just be that God had chosen you because He knew that at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to give up now, He knew that He wouldn't let you give up. He knew that at the end of all of this, your heart would still be beautiful and you would be better than before. And when God did that miracle in your life, that you would never be able to shut up about God and go out there and just spread His word and spread His goodness and His kindness and His love for people. Could it just be that you have so much purpose in your life and a gift that God is giving you that you don't know about yet? But if you would just stay a little bit longer, if you just see what God has for you, if you would just stay a little bit longer and fight another day, as hard as it is today, but if we have resilience and if we have faith and we have perseverance and determination to go forth and be better than we were, right? You have to make up your mind. You have to make up your mind that this is what you want, right? Because if not, you're going to keep going downhill. But you got to make up your mind that there's something in here. There's something that God has for me that is going to be worth me pushing through. And on behalf of the Remnant Table podcast, we would hate for anything to happen to anyone. And we would hope that the love that we come and share with you guys would be enough to give you hope to get you through to what God really has for you. And I know that the holidays are here and the pressure is real. The stress is real. The pain is real. But God is even more real.
Amen.
And His miracles and His wonder and His love for you. Just sit there and, like we talked about before, let God sit with you. Let Jesus sit with you. As you just say, God, Jesus, just hold me. Just give me a hug. And I can guarantee you'll feel it.
Amen. I think just knowing, remembering, this is facts, but Jesus is hope.
Amen.
Jesus is the hope that we need every single day for the rest of our lives. And hang on to that hope because He's not letting go of you.
Amen.
And it was very beautiful. Thank you, Annette. Thank you for that.
If you need to talk,
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
Messages, trust me. I've already had people reach out and I respond as soon as I can. Sometimes we're at work, right? We both work for HEB. We work for the #1 grocery retail company in Texas,
Yeah.
Texas and Mexico, the grocery biz. Um, so yeah, we do have full-time jobs, but as soon as there's an opportunity, we respond. So if you need somebody to absolutely talk to, hey, just send us a message. If I need to give you my number from there, or Gabby, whoever you guys want to talk to, let us know. You're not by yourself.
Yeah.
You have support. Now, we're not counselors. I kind of wish I had that under my belt, but we will be here for you. And there's nothing more
Yes.
powerful than prayer.
Amen.
And we will try to give you the most resources that we can.
And of course, we're here for you guys more than anything. And holidays are here. Again, holidays are here.
The holidays are here, guys, but please don't give up on me. Please keep pushing. Please keep trying. God is with you. We're with you. And, I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
If this segment helped you out, if any of our podcast segments helped you out, we want to hear about it.
Of course.
Let me know. And, we're here for you. So we love you. We bless you. And we'll be praying for you. But it'll be even cooler if we knew you a little more in detail so we could know exactly what to pray for. But yes, whatever it is that we can do for you guys, we're here to serve you guys.
Amen. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
God bless you guys.
God bless you.